Hello everyone, let me share how we became SOC 2 Type 2 compliant in just 4 months. So, before becoming SOC 2 compliant, we were not new to security. We enrolled in different security programs. We used different scanners and tools to help us find different vulnerabilities. We followed multiple best practices, including OWASP Top 10 multiple years editions. We did a lot. We did pull request reviews and so on and so forth. So for us, compliance was not completely new. However, back in February this year, we went to an event of Atlassian ecosystem, and there was a company which presented about their journey, and it seemed very long and complex. It took them a lot of time. They had to change a lot of things, so it looked very scary and potentially even not business valuable because of complexity and duration of this whole process. Our team had experience passing PCI DSS compliance, and of course we didn't want to do it again because again it's a complex, expensive and risky process. Later the same year, we flew to Atlassian team event in Las Vegas and attended an amazing partner day where we learned even more that multiple enterprise companies value a lot compliance, as well as transparency and security, as well as other things which help them trust in their partner and share their data as well. After that presentation, we also started looking for a magic solution, because at the end we didn't know the whole compliance process, what were the policies, procedures, and how actually reach that compliance. So we looked for some kind of assistant, help, consultant, or someone else who could help us. But interestingly enough, after talking to multiple vendors and attending a talk from Vanta, I decided to schedule a demo and see how the automated compliance behaves, how it helps, and so on. Demo looked pretty cool because at the end we connected all our tools, and Vanta drove us through the whole compliance process. They gave us samples of policies, they gave us all necessary checklists, what we needed to do, what we needed to document, and so on. It was pretty easy to follow. It was still big, but it looked like something which you couldn't embrace. And another stuff which we decided to do, embrace compliance, we wanted to become more secure in general, because we believed if we become compliant, we're not only compliant on paper, we also will follow best practices and procedures. We will improve our security posture, improve our human resource processes, such as onboarding and offboarding. So it was pretty interesting approach to help us be more secure as well. So at the end, from the 1st of May, we decided to burn the ship and jump onto compliance to ensure that our customers can trust us with data. So we paid in full for our audit, for all tools and so on, and jump on compliance process. It looked pretty complicated because it has multiple policies, procedures which we need to follow, tools, people management, company management, and so on and so forth. It was pretty big, much bigger than originally thought. Our partner shared with us, our audit partner shared with us potential timeline. So the idea was that we would spend 1-2 months preparing things, then would do audit kickoff, and if everything seemed fine, we would start our audit process, which usually takes 3 months. However, when we jumped into our process, it looked pretty complex. So we put a SWAT team together, which included Michael, Maria, myself, as well as involved more team members. But we had concrete responsibilities to ensure that our compliance was number one priority for us. We had tons of check-ins, updates, and so on. On top of this, of course, we used different tools to help us. For example, we created Confluence space where we put all our HR processes, templates, our policies, our incident reviews, tabletop exercises, access reviews, and so on and so forth. So it was like one place to put everything related to compliance. On top of this, we use Jira to track projects progress. So we use an approach called Project Central, where each ticket corresponds to a project, and then we link multiple other tasks to execute concrete things. So we had around 50 tasks for one project, so it looked big and unmanageable and a bit scary as well. So let me jump in and share with you all our technical requirements. So the most important technical requirements included automating customer deletion, fixing security vulnerabilities, and upgrading our infrastructure to achieve 100% processing integrity. We had to create and implement processes for addressing security and protection issues. And we had to also review our infrastructure on all levels of the stack, basically making sure that we tick all the boxes of security, availability, confidentiality, and privacy. In order to do that, we decided to speed up a few major internal projects that were already in our pipeline that helped us not only get compliance faster, but also improve our day-to-day life of our engineers. So we integrated multiple tools, which included Sentry for management, for incident management and triage the issues. We also integrated CloudWatch, which helped us to build dashboards, understand where the issues are faster, build alerts, monitor our queues databases, data feeds, and so on and so forth. On top of this, we use Jira Service Management for external support, but we wanted to use, or we needed to use it, have a tool which would provide internal support for our team. In case someone needed some production access or change the access levels, it had to be done via a tool which would have audit trail and trace all changes. As part of compliance certification journey, we had to pay a lot of attention to security integrity. That meant going through our infrastructure, updating documents and diagrams. So we analyzed all our entry and exit points, connection between applications, authentication, authorization mechanism, 2FA, encryption, data storage, rotation of credentials, and so on. We paid attention to the way things are being processed and improved on the site as well. Be it data processing pipeline we needed to change, plugin into SKSQ, here or there, changing the structure of a database, refactoring some piece of code. That ultimately lead us to improve things not only on the security side, but also made our infrastructure more robust and scalable, such as able to handle higher loads and have 100% processing integrity. We didn't have an automated customer data deletion process, so we had to implement it. Before, our customers had to create a support request and someone of our team will use script to read the data. But we decided to embrace compliance to help us delete data automatically after our app installed and some time has passed. After all this has been done, we also invited additional white hat hackers via bug bounty programming participated to test our applications more. We also applied more scanners to test, and we had rigorously follow dependency bot on GitHub to ensure that our code was not vulnerable. So let me share our main lessons which we learned. Security must be number one priority for you before when you jump into compliance, because again, if you have a downtime, it's bad, but it's not at the end of the world. But if you lose your data, then it could kill your reputation and be pretty demolishing for your customers as well. Then have no plan B when you embrace projects such as compliance, because theoretically your plan B could be succeed with plan A, because if you do have a plan B, you may be distracted, you may not be so bought to execute on plan A. Additionally, C, compliance processes are a way to improve internal processes and procedures, which will help you be more secure, more streamlined, and it will be easy to support and scale your company and team operations. Whenever you embrace compliance project, ensure that compliance is the number one priority, at least for some team members. So they care about it, they need to treat it as a project. When you treat this as a project, of course, teamwork is very important, so you would be able to share workload, discuss, cooperate with the team, help each other, and so on. And last but not least, share with all team members your progress. For example, in our PC board on Jira, we had to write a comment each week to show what has been done and what is coming next, show percentage of the project and the status, if we had some blockers or not. So transparency was pretty important, so everyone in the organization knew where we are, because at the end compliance affected everyone, because they had to do some additional trainings, they had to know incident processes and so on and so forth. Thank you for attention, and thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions or you want to share your compliance journey, please feel free to contact us.